You see, I wake in the night, somewhere around, I don't know what it was, 2:30 or something, and I'm in a sweat. I mean, how can I be in a sweat? It's a freezing cold night out there, and I have the window open sufficient to keep the room aired while I'm asleep during the night, and that makes it cold, so I put a lot of bedding on and a couple of hot water bottles and snuggle down, and then find I awake too hot in a sweat. How do you greet this? Well, greet it with thanksgiving. Everything has its place and purpose. That's, in a sense, the one message you can get from Ecclesiastes. To everything there is a season and a purpose under heaven. How true you find this to be when you live the life of thanksgiving, of praise to God. You start to realize that the so-called bad things are actually in their right place. You know, whether it's the situation I'm confronted with of this cat in great need, and that I find I'm not meeting that need. You know, I'm not impressed with Marshall, am I? But it reminds me, hey, you're a child, love. I deal with all things. I can deal with the cat. You actually, in a sense, don't need to be concerned if you trust it to me, because you are concerned for the cat, if you know what I mean. Be Gnostic about this if you can be. I deal with everything, and everything has its place. You see, even if you like, in picture terms, the wicked persons, they're labelled, seeks to do evil, well, there's a place and a time where he may do that. But it will be to the blessing of all, even him. And I say even from the world's point of view. But I mean actually, especially him. For he needs to know what it's like to be the perpetrator of evil, and to find it's actually not good at all. It becomes like the Buddhist said, I think it's dukkha. We translate it as suffering, but it really means without joy and without life, without the fullness you hoped for. It doesn't satisfy. So your heart starts to long for something better. Now, of course, if you're still of the opinion it's in this direction, you go for something worse and find that's even less satisfactory to you. In fact, probably your own suffering and pain, and dare I say it, agony. Let's not linger on this too long. But long enough to realize, my goodness, don't want that. So you turn. You do all you can to find something better, and the better is, of course, ultimately in God, that is the epitome of betterness, goodness, blessing, life, life abundant, life eternal. More importantly, almost, it's for you. It's for all. loveliness of this hope carries you on eagle's wings. So my soul longs for you, and all souls long for you. Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad. Oh goodness, I didn't actually say, well, what was the great purpose that I woke in a sweat? And that I spend the next hour or so, what's it now, 4 o'clock, dictating, recording. What would otherwise not have been recorded and may just be a blessing to someone. And perhaps that someone's you. Perhaps it isn't, but, well, I do hope it is. And it's hope that makes us do something, isn't it? Isn't that wonderful? We are given hope. And it comes so often, in the quiet hours, when everything in the world seems to be asleep. And amazingly, you are found to be nearer God in access to his thoughts of blessing for you, of course, and for others. How lovely. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. You won't have known this, but I actually didn't say dukkha at 3 minutes, 12 seconds, I think it is, through this. I said dukkha. By mistake, I realised when I heard it through just now. So I've edited it, I changed it to dukkha. And then I'd forgotten where I changed it, I didn't actually check where it was in the recording, something like 3 minutes, 12 seconds, I think that was it. But I didn't know that then. So when I came to just check that I had changed the word correctly in the right place, I flicked through to roughly where I thought it might have been and hit something as close as 3:11 seconds or 3:10 seconds. And that gave me incredible encouragement that God was with me in this. I'd made a mistake, realised it, edited it because it was simple to edit and rather important. I didn't want it. I suppose I felt a bit of a fool pronouncing the word wrongly. I wanted it changed, and God had it changed and made it easy for me to change it. And you just feel, I don't mean in some grandiose way, but you just feel the presence of God in your life, making things absurdly possible. Tiny miracles everywhere. Not just tiny, but there are hundreds of tiny miracles all day long where God just makes things to hand and happen, and you're not aware of it. And well, it's such a blessing when you become more and more aware of it, because you get this blessed assurance of God being with you and that's going to be most important when you're faced with serious lessons. And there may be a few, God forbid, there are not many, but we know there are some in this life, aren't there? My goodness. And you need to be so prepared. And you practice a life of thanks, and gratitude to God will flow through you. And you'll start to become awake, alive to, aware of His blessings more and more and more. And this assurance will carry you through speedily to heaven, to graduation to heaven, to glory. The glory that thou gavest to me, I have given them. Your heavenly Dad dwells in you. The way is in you, Jesus of the story. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes unto the Father but by me. What's the me he's talking about? Something pretty close to John 17, I think. What do you think, though? Are you prepared? Bless you. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.